Hey everyone, it's a quick look at the LEGO Star Wars Duel on Mandalore set. A set this small is going to be mostly about the minifigures, but there are also two builds here. This is the Mandalorian throne, which I actually think looks just fine for what it's intended to be. The size is pretty good. You put a single minifigure there. It works. This uses 3 stickers. So there's one down here, and one here for the stained glass window element, which is my favorite thing here, of course. This also has a built-in small hidden feature where you've got the hidden away whoopsie, get that out there. A little bit difficult to access, a little bit tricky, but the small pistol, so you can always pull that out when necessary. And there's also a sort of an action feature built into this for the context of this set, which is, you know, the final duel at the end of Clone Wars Season 7. You got the ability to open the window, blast somebody, force somebody through the window. And of course, the intent is that, you know, use your imagination depending upon how you want the battle to go. You can choose who goes through there, but it's not a very large space. So, you know, you can get a figure to go through there, but you have to angle them just right. And if you choose to go with this guy instead, then yeah, it's a little bit awkward, you know, getting it to go through with the accessory. And then this is a Mandalorian vault device pursuant to how that duel actually ends. But again, you can choose how to use it. This just uses a sticker on a clear window piece, and there's a sticker on the side for the access panel. This is very simple looking around the back and the sides, and it just opens up to allow you to put a single figure in there who gets elevated just slightly so that the eyes will line up properly. And there's no additional accessory to hold that in, but see, that lines up pretty well. So yeah, that gives you, I'd say, the look that you want. Looking at the figures, I'd say both of these are very, very good. So Maul gets the update with no necklace, and I've got the 2 lacquered, chrome or silver lacquered lightsaber hilts for Ahsoka, one for Maul. The blades have no bubbles in them whatsoever, just plain trans light blue color for Ahsoka's blades, which is fine. I would have preferred, you know, if they could have gotten some frosting onto those like they did at one point. I don't think that was actually intentional though. But the production work here is really, really good. I think the eyes for Maul might not be perfect, but they're pretty good. Might have been just a little bit of smudging in there, but I'm rather happy with these, honestly. I feel like as a set that focuses on the figures in terms of its value, this gives me good value. I feel good about this. The production work for the Leku, for Ahsoka, I think this has been covered before. You know, we only have one teenage and beyond version of Leku, so you know we don't have the different lengths, which I think is perfectly fine. To just have the adult version. It's printed really, really well. Nice crisp lines there. Maul is using mostly gunmetal gray for most of his parts, except for the head, hands, and hip piece. And taking this off, you can see a little bit more good print on the back of the torso for Ahsoka, and her faces, both of them, I think are printed very well and are useful. They didn't go too extreme with the anger and the seriousness in this one. And this one, you know, it's not super wide smiling or anything. I think both work well. I'm happy with these. And then these are the leftover pieces, and that's what the sticker sheet looks like. So not too many stickers, but for a set of this size, it was still a large area covered by stickers. And even though there are very few pieces left over, actual physical parts, it's always nice to get a drum lacquered spare hilt and a Zabrak headpiece for custom stuff. Really, the only bad thing about this set is the price of $20 US. That's what I paid for it. It's a regular retail price, and it does not make sense for what you get here. 2 figures and 2 small builds, less than 150 pieces in total. Nah, this should have been a $15 set US. Which means that it's about 1/3 overpriced, and that's just entirely too much. It's just silly. It doesn't make sense at all. They know that a lot of people would buy this anyway to get those figures. It's a relatively cheap way to get those figures, in fact, but feels a little bit predatory, honestly, to price it that high. I don't know if there was any unethical thinking that went into it, kind of anti-consumer kind of thing, taking advantage of people to that degree, or if it was just the normal process that Lego goes through and every company that is doing what they're supposed to do goes through to figure out prices for the consumer market and everything. I don't know how they came to this price, but I don't like it. Other than that, though, I'm happy. The figures are good. The builds, I thought the builds were laughable when I looked at just the pictures, but no, they're perfectly fine for what they are, just not for the price of the set. Anyway, that's what I think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.